Today we are going to discuss our second recommendation algorithm of how to obtain ranking using population comparisons. In the last section, we discussed our first recommendation algorithm based on population averages. It was super easy. In the context of restaurants, we assign each restaurant a score that is equal to the average value of all the ratings it has received and then use that to rank them. We discussed various adjustments to it, but in a nutshell, that was it. In many scenarios, we do not have access to ratings. And even if we might have ratings, we might not want to use them as is. This section discusses such widely present scenario when preference data is available in form of comparisons. Consider your favorite sport, say American football. Well, you know, where the ball is kept in your hand during entire play rather than by foot, but well, or actual football or soccer, tennis, cricket, chess, or even baseball. In any of these sports, the ultimate question that we all as fans are trying to answer is, how can we rank teams or individual players based on the outcomes of games? The games are always played between two teams, like the New England Patriots and New York Giants, or two players like Roger Federer and Andy Murray. The outcome of the games is usually one of the teams or players wins and the other loses. This is precisely a comparison between two teams or players. For example, if Federer defeats Murray, that is a comparison between Federer and Murray in favor of Federer. Or if Patriots defeat the Giants, then it is a comparison between the Patriots and Giant in favor of Patriots. Given all these comparisons or outcomes of games, we want to stitch them together across teams or players to eventually obtain a ranking or ordering between all of them. That is what happens in any sports championship or tournament such as US Open tennis tournament. Clearly, this is like situation where we wanted to rank all restaurants, but instead here we want to rank them based on comparisons rather than ratings as before. Comparisons are not like ratings. There is no easy way to take population averages of them. This requires some careful thinking. That is exactly what we will do in this section. Before we go down the path of figuring out how to rank teams or players based on outcome of games, it is worth pointing out that this view is very useful even in ranking restaurants when we have ratings for restaurants. Recall the restaurant scenario. Each restaurant was given ratings by different patrons who visited them and were kind enough to provide their views. It is just like we watching movies and then rating the movies. Now, the problem with rating is that it is fundamentally subjective. You and I might like food in a restaurant equally, but I might be stingy in giving ratings and you might be very liberal. What that means is that rating of 4 that you give is different from the rating that 4 I give. Or depending on the mood of the day, I might be more or less liberal in giving my rating. In a sense, there is nothing absolute about ratings. To explain this important nuance, I would like to play a small game with you. Suppose I give you a blue color square and ask you, tell me the hexadecimal code of this. You'll wonder, what is that? This is like me asking you to rate a restaurant, or my orthopedic surgeon asking me during my visit, on scale of 1 to 10, Devrat, please rate your pain. How do I know what 9 means? Or for that matter, I'm not even sure what is the difference between 8 and 9. And I wonder every time I ask this question, should I tell him a high number so that I can get his attention? Well, a better situation is going to optometrist who asks you, compare this scenario versus that scenario, which one provides you better vision? And through sequence of such comparisons, we find a perfect eye power leading to somebody like me able to see clearly and without any headache talking to you. This is like asking question, which one of 2 different blue squares is more blue? It's very easy to answer for you and me, and it is definitely a lot more absolute than asking for ratings. Back to setting of restaurants. If we are asked to compare 2 restaurants, when I express preference for Westbridge over Catalyst, it means the same to me and same to you. And therefore, we can use comparison data between restaurants to rank them as well. But this is a place where you'll say, wait, Yelp has collected ratings over restaurants rather than comparison. Now what to do? Well, no worries. Ratings provide comparisons. Suppose I have rated Westbridge 4-star and Catalyst 3-star. Then I have implicitly compared Westbridge and Catalyst in favor of Westbridge. Okay, so we are all comfortable with the fact that even in the restaurant setting, we have comparisons even though it was not obvious to start with.